approved as presented if there's still changes.
I have a change.
In the agenda?
Yeah,
Okay.
came in yesterday afternoon. We need to just put on there, that we're going today to make an appointment to the library board.
Oh, is it that time again?
Yeah. We kind of missed the time, it was June, but,
Yeah.
they called yesterday and said, hey, we didn't. So, I'll just put on here Thursday, July 23rd, appointment to the library board. It's for Patty Dump, so, and I've got her phone number here so we can call her. So.
Okay, good. All right. That being said, go ahead and open up the meeting.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Fifth day of the July term, Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding Commissioner Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner Mark Larson, North District Commissioner Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. At 9 a.m., Commissioner Sean Bratton meeting order minutes from the Thursday, July 16th, 2026 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried. Expenditures for the following departments were approved to repay law enforcement, GR, buildings and grounds, prosecuting attorney, emergency management, victims advocate, general county government, road and bridge, inmate security, LEPC, sheriff revolving fund, payroll, court administration. Commissioners reviewed and approved senior tax relief applications. Commissioner Bradley stated he would like to table the discussion on the senior tax raise until after discussion with Attorney Elliott today. Chris Borsig, maintenance supervisor, shared that over at the kitchen and the detention center, the mixer has been off and on working for quite some time. He feels they have dumped enough money into trying to fix it. He explained the reason it needs to be replaced and the different options available. Commissioner Bradley shared that when they were doing a walk around, this might keep insurance and realized the fire extinguishers in the courthouse were out of date. SecureNet was called and all were serviced within a day. Judge Brandon Baker attended the commission meeting at the request of the commission. Discussion was had around the space that the courts need for a justice center. At 10:26 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Larson seconded. Motion carried. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes.
And
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
motion been made and seconded to approve minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Super. And does everybody have a chance to read closing?
I'll make a motion to approve the closed session minutes.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the closed session minutes. All in favor, say aye.
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 Small stack of checks today.
The pictures with you.
Oh, thank you.
They look good. I haven't opened them up yet.
I did.
I almost did last night. Okay.
They've already got it.
Flip them through.
Not many.
Oops, sorry. GIS is working again for now.
It's working.
Finally got it to pull up.
Trying to have right. I'm like,
Oh, I'll pull it up in just a minute.
I got to fix it. That's what the problem is. That happens.
Thank yours.
Don't sign in.
So I don't need to initial that.
Huh?
I didn't need to initial it. I just signed it, right?
Yeah, that's all I need then. I just don't want my name on it. Sign it.
She's alive.
You choked up?
Coffee went down sideways.
Oh. How's coffee going outside?
I don't know, but
Talked the whole way, it sounds like.
she did. I know the sheriff sent his report to you guys the other day, but I just forwarded it to you again so you didn't have to dig in your emails to try to find it. So.
Thank you, Kelly.
For which?
The sheriff's report
Sure.
comes in later.
Got it. Oh, it should be, yeah.
Next on the agenda is an engagement agreement with Travis Elliott. I'm gonna make a copy for all of you so you can look at it.
$40 for these.
Number 40. If
Yeah,
it's
that's
40.
30, it's got to be one of those old roads that nobody hardly uses anymore.
I don't know. I just figured it's the one I'm thinking.
It's right
Does
here.
it go down to 500 where Daryl is?
No. This comes up by Parks. Chapel?
Chapel Church.
Take that road all the way down,
Okay.
across the new bridge we put in, and there's the curve. It's right here.
More issues with the curb down there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a problem with 40 on a curved road.
It's hard to get the middle.
Mhm.
It's hard to know where the middle of the road is.
Yeah.
And then
Well, it's hard to make a turn, especially with a trailer, gooseneck. All I can say is all you do is drive the turn. You gotta go where you gotta, it'll make its way.
Well, with that being said, I mean, they put in their new fence
Yeah. Well,
where we had the right of way, so I mean, they're legally able to put the fence in there,
Put it
correct?
there.
Okay.
Depends what it's saying.
That's kind of how I understood it.
Tell
But
you
I
what.
thought maybe
On equipment, I know what happens.
I mean, I see the point, but
Yeah. Well, that's, you're right, the fight, there's where the fight, it's a Hatfield Colts. It's a, how long, 40 foot?
it says 40.
Okay.
40 foot
40
easement.
foot. Okay, go to the center. Well, I'll tell you what, on a curve, that's gonna be hard.
That's the thing. You make
And
that
to
curve,
keep,
'cause
and
keep
keep the
that
fence
corner.
out, somewhere, somebody's gonna lose pants. Cause it's going, if they're going through there.
Well, is that something we need to step in?
I don't know.
I don't even know if we can.
Well, I don't know what you need to do because you made your remark, Heritage or somebody who bought it at Slough, they had to move down the road to be able to bring it in. Just couldn't make a turn. That's the issues.
How wide is the road itself
No, I
there?
don't know, man. But see, you got it, it's showing the picture, it's a big curve there.
Yeah,
Where it goes,
I know where it is.
yeah. I didn't
You
see
look down there. Beautiful. See, 'cause it looks like it narrows right up to here.
Well, I mean, it's. Oh, I didn't know it does, but I mean, a lot of that's
open out.
maintenance. I mean, they can open that up and clear it out, but if that's
And if he has.
the fence is probably closer.
That's right. You shouldn't pay that. I didn't know what.
I think all of this.
I'm looking at
This is like the old
see
fence.
the rings here.
Is what I'm thinking. And all this was open. So they was able to pull the road closer down to here, to where they look better. But from right away,
Yeah, he's
we're
good.
restrained.
He's good. What do you do with that? Plus the road district wants to make that road a little wider there.
We'll figure out something.
It has
So-
one.
I got one.
Oh, you got it.
Yep, I got one.
Okay.
So this contract, the way I'm understanding, just goes through December 31st, 26, correct? So basically for the rest of the year. I didn't see anything that raised any red flags. Did you? Yeah.
Other than they get through September 25.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I don't know either.
Wait, I should probably have to fix that because it's a contracting agreement. We
I
don't
bet they
have
would want to fix
everything
that.
contract.
I bet they would want to fix that.
they-
That's good catch, Jim.
Which we can
They
still
go-
sign the back
Should be
page.
September
And
26.
that's the
Still
whole
sign
purpose of it.
the back page, the date fix.
Because that date's correct.
Yeah, the back page is right. I'd say it was just a copy and paste and missed it.
We need the. Is this a motion too, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we sign the contract with Ellis Hamilton Johnson PC.
Second.
I was just gonna say for the remainder of the year.
I'll
There
second.
you go. Motion been made, said to sign contract with Ellis Haynes Johnson, PC, to go over the contract till the end of 2026, December 31st. Okay. That being said, which we'll call Mark.
Yes.
Jake.
Yes.
Jim, yes.
Which one of these are being assigned?
Which one do you want to sign? Does it
Let's
matter?
do Mark's and we'll just work it on that.
There you go. That'll work if they're all copies. So.
Okay. Saturday.
And the way I'm reading this is it's just an hourly rate. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we're not paying for something we're not using.
Yes,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's how I understood it.
Other than that, hour or two, they want to talk about it. Yeah.
But, yeah.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Bet you're Richard, aren't you?
I am Richard, yes.
Jake Brad.
Jake Bradley.
Jim Stone.
Jim Stone.
Mark Larson.
And that's Bruce Dewsbury. He just likes to
He hangs
stay
out.
informed.
Do what?
That's Bruce Dewsbury. He likes to stay informed.
Okay.
Jim calls Fitzgerald.
Well, I'm Richard Spotchuk. I'm with Richard Bros Online Equipment Auctions. I just want to stop by. I live here. I actually live down in Southern Missouri. I'm a Gov sales lead for the online auction. I just want to stop in and kind of see how you guys sold your old decommissioned fleet.
We've used Purple Wave, correct, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who we've been using.
Been using? Yes. We have a few kind of unique or different programs for government entities. We're not just a solid or straight no reserve auction. I'm actually gonna sit.
Yeah.
I was like I've been standing. Been in Kansas City the last 3 days, so we offer. Because we do have a true no reserve, and we also have a yard in Odessa. So if you kind of wanted to keep your equipment or not have to worry about public being on your property or having to worry about pickup or anything, you can drop it off there. We run it through our yard. We'll put it on our auctions. You can deal with anything, and then we'll just pay you. We also offer on a few. This is kind of where it's beneficial. You get some unique or newer pieces, or you bought something, you decided you didn't want to use it, but the trade-in on it's not very good. We offer some buy it nows where it protects the price for you. you're not having to worry about, well, take a chance on no reserve, it might bring 50% of what it's worth type deal. And then we have, that puts you kind of in control of the price. And then we also have same type facilities where you can leave it on your yard and we'll come out and do the inspections. And ours are very, very thorough. We go all the way down to even doing oil samples. And the reason why we do that is because we are actually a global auction company, and we get a lot of people that buy stuff that's, I always use the term across the pond, but some of our European countries and China and things like that. So they want to know if they're shipping something 4,000 miles away, kind of how it works. We also do some assurances where kind of you don't have to worry about it. Where if you sell something and they start calling and they're like, hey, we saw pictures, we saw video of this, and the transmission's actually out of it. So they call you and they're wanting you to find a solution. We take care of that part for you. So it's kind of handy, kind of, like I said, it's kind of a unique little program. And we're starting to get very avid on this in the Midwest for Ritchie Bros. You probably haven't, I'm going to go out on a limb, probably haven't seen a Ritchie Bros or anything rep. Probably come talk to you in a little while, or if ever. So we're very, very proactive with doing this down towards the south, mainly because we have a lot of ports down there, and that's kind of seems to be where just about everything goes. So, but now we're starting to move in here, and I bring that aspect of it up. But as far as shipping goes, if you do leave it on your yard, you don't have to worry about any of that either. If we're in control of the transport, we'll just come pick it up. You don't have to worry about getting shipping protocols or anything like that. It's on the person that buys it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we have one more program that we are running that I'm very excited about. We are running a dump truck program with Mac down in Tri-State, down here in Springfield. We're doing this with Alabama, the entirety of Alabama DOT, and all other counties as well. But we've got a price point set up with Mac where if you purchase 5 to 6 Macs, as soon as those hit the ground, we'll guarantee a price to sell them the year after. So if that price point is $200,000, we'll guarantee to sell it at $194,000. And what that does is it keeps the warranty on the truck 3 to 4 years. It keeps maintenance down a lot because you're only using the truck for a year. You're not going to have to pay for your tread or anything like that, and it puts you in a new truck every year. And we're able to do 5, 10, 15, depending on however many dump trucks you're needing. But we basically guarantee it out, so you know in a year in advance kind of where your funds are going to be, because you know that number is coming through. And then if that item, let's say we do the guarantee at 194 and it brings 220. As soon as it goes past the guarantee of 194, we'll bring you back in and we'll split it 80-20. You get 80% of, let's say it brings 220. You get 80% of that $26,000 that went above the guarantee. So a lot of the counties are thoroughly enjoying this because you have the ability to either come out utilizing brand new dump trucks every year and not paying anything because you're just paying the loan back after you get done with them, or in some of the counties are actually making a little bit of money off of them too. So kind of helps out on that a little bit.
How long has that program been going on?
That program has been going on for 10 or 12 years. We started it in Alabama. I don't know if you've heard of J.M. Woods or not, J.M. Woods Auctions, but they kind of started this program going. And instead of sitting here trying to do this with a couple counties in 50 different states, we wanted to get one state solidified in it and then move on. And I happen to live in Missouri, so this is the next state. So
Has anybody complained about their budget because of constantly purchasing trucks?
a lot of them are, I would say about 80% of the counties are doing a balloon payment because so they're going to sell in 12 months after they pay for them. So they do a balloon payment at the 12th or 13th mark. Those funds are just literally turned and going right back into the payment. So there's really, if you do a monthly payment, yes, you'll see that. But if you do a balloon, then you're really not seeing a payment or a concern about, hey, you're getting new trucks every year. And also, one of the biggest things when I talk to them, that it's kind of funny because you're sitting here thinking about all these other important things, but one of the biggest things that everyone enjoyed the most was it kept the employees happy because they're in a brand new truck every year. So
It's fair. So we just
Mhm.
bought one not too long ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So see what we're doing now, because we do have a lot, like we're working with Miller County and a couple other counties, Greene County, and then we're also, we're pushing this over to MoDOT as well. They're pretty excited about it. They're a little different because they have plow trucks. So there's going to be different plumbing and stuff in that. And those are kind of a general market on tandem Mack dump trucks is all across the world. But plow trucks, you look at Northern, and so have to kind of find the right numbers on that. But the overall consensus of it, Miller County's been doing this for about 6 years.
Yeah.
So, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. They've actually started with 4 trucks and now they're at 7. So, and Greene County is they have been international pretty much for the longest time, and they're very excited to be getting away from international. So, and we have the program with Mack, but Mack, Kenworth, and Peterbilt. If you don't like Mack, but you like one of those two, we can do it with all 3 of those style or those makes of trucks. But
Is that certain specs for trucks or?
we have a spec set up, and it's what we're trying to do is we don't want you to have a truck that you just can't utilize, and we understand that. So we have it's kind of like a hybrid, half construction, because that's who's usually going to buy it is construction companies, half construction, half county. So it's going to have your 16-foot bed. It's going to be 40 rears and 26 fronts. It's going to be Allison transmission and the MPA, because that was one of the biggest headaches we went through on Mack was if you don't get the Allison, it is very, very hard. Miller County was running that issue. They have a motor grader basically behind it because it will not idle up hills properly when you're sitting there offloading gravel. So then we have a 16-foot bed. We thought about throwing ellipticals in there, but that's kind of a county by county deal. We can obviously put those in there if you want. The counties that down south have hills, they were kind of didn't really care if the elliptical was in there. The counties that are flat, trying to get that last bit of rock out of your bed, they were kind of wanting the ellipticals. But we do have a construction. It's a demo bed where it's not just flat sided. It comes at an angle, so then all of it pours out. Like I said, Miller County had an extra 2 foot of width on theirs whenever they were able to do that. They didn't have to worry about getting a motor grader behind because it kind of distributed a nice even pattern. So their inlay, it saved them cost on getting a motor grader out there, getting someone to handle the motor grader, or that motor grader could go to something else. So that's kind of so. Like I said, we've put a lot of thought in this because like I said, we don't want you to just have to deal with a truck that is absolutely unusable for you. So, and we do, like I said, sometimes on the updated or upgraded with the year, we do see some trucks that hit the 2,000 miles. They're just, the other trucks are performing well enough, so they might have 25, 30. That's kind of where we would like to see the truck. You know, if you're using 2 trucks more than you are using the other 2, that one gets to 25, 30,000 miles. Just go ahead and hop in the other 2 and get it going up to. That's kind of the happy point. The construction guys like that because then that means that it's going to not necessarily going to make it, but with this newer equipment, usually if it's a catastrophic failure on it, it's within the first 2 to 10,000 miles. So they know whenever they see that it made it through there and there was no issues. So, but yeah,
Is that depth equipment?
we
utilize
do.
it?
Do what?
Is that still utilizing depth?
Yeah, and they're actually. I've talked to Kenworth and I've talked to Mack. They have another 2 months, and then there's actually going to be some new emissions protocols that comes in 2027. Now Mack has already. They've been trying to be ahead of the curve, so they won't really have that many changes on the trucks. But Kenworth will have. They will have probably quite a bit of changes because they were a little behind on the emissions era. So,
Okay.
so you won't really, the Max won't really, if you have any Max or use Max, they won't really change much. It'll probably be
So we don't have any Max. We got international.
yeah.
I can't remember the other ones. Maybe they're all international. Okay.
We would love to be able to do with internationals because it's kind of it's the trademark brand that you just see across government entities across the country, but their resale value is where it starts to hurt, and that's why we have noticed that you usually run them for 15, 20 years because their depreciation is Peterbilt, Kenworth, and Mack. Their depreciation in the first year is going to be between 5 and 10, and international can go all the way up to 15, 20. So there's a big threshold there that does not necessarily work out in that way. And we do not just we have this Mac program going on, but we also can do this with like lease equipment. We have the ability to come in, get the lease buyback, kind of see what that number is, and then you can give us a call and we'll say, hey, we'll guarantee you this number. So it's always nice to have another option, being like, well, the guarantee is actually better than trading on this one, so we'll do this. Or we'll go this route. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's always kind of nice to have that in your back pocket. You can, kind of utilize that and see which avenue you want to go. I know $5,000 to $10,000 difference doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference, but you're talking 10, 15, 20 pieces, it adds up pretty quick. So every little penny counts. We do that. We do a very good job of selling newer equipment, and that's kind of what they brought me in here. I've been in the auction world for about 8 years now, and that's the number one thing that I generally see is utilizing the equipment till its depreciation is down to 10% of its value. And so that piece of machinery that you paid $200,000 for, you turn around selling the auction for 7 or 8. Whereas we have a very strong market and a very good auction process that allows you the ability to be able to sell that in 2 to 3 years. And that puts you in a lot newer equipment and a lot less headaches on maintenance and dealing with shred and things like that.
Well, that sounds pretty good. We'd have to sit down and visit with our maintenance supervisor who's in charge of his budget, so that would be something I feel he would need to be involved in.
Absolutely.
Problem we have, we're a township form of government, and we don't spread the gravel like a lot of trucks, especially with county form.
Yeah, we don't spread
Gravel the whole road. We don't. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
problem. They have it hauled in. And what we use ours for is bridges. We may do working on bridge and do a little bit of gravel, spreading there, but that's about it. That's the problem with our type of situation.
Gotcha.
We
Okay.
just don't have the
Yeah, we would probably
Use.
utilize. I'm trying to remember, we got a demo bed the last time, didn't we?
Yeah. The demo bed. Yeah.
Yeah. We utilize that a
Ours is
lot,
barrel
tearing out
mounted.
little concrete
Yeah.
or hauling in riffraff kind of deal.
Okay.
That's what we do a lot with our dump trucks.
Okay. I said the nice thing about it is there's not necessarily a requirement. You don't have to have, there's not a set limit where you have to do this with 6 trucks. You can do it with 1. If you're not utilizing your truck, you can do it with 1, 2, all the way up to 10, 15, however many you want. So that's kind of a nice little piece to it. A lot of them come in there and they say, well, we got to order 50 of them, so you got to take 10. That's just the way it is. So, but then that also kind of helps out on the maintenance of the truck as well. So after a year, that truck's going to be a little less use in some of the other counties. So I'd probably see a higher price tag on those type of trucks then. So,
But you said warranty, so I mean, does that cover bumper to bumper kind
yeah,
of?
the Mac and that
Whatever it is.
another variable why we like Mac because they actually have 4 different warranties on their trucks, and they have a transmission warranty, and then they have an engine warranty, and then they have basically a bumper to bumper warranty as well. So it's very nice, and the Allisons fit in very well with their engines. I know Allison has its own legendary status just with its name, but it really matters on which engine you put it up to as well. And that NP8 does. A lot of the construction companies they love it. So where the benefit comes in is government entities have the ability to purchase equipment and I don't actually know what that is called, but you can come in and buy a motor grader for less than what the public can pay for it. But then you also have FETs going into it too. But if you keep the item for over a year, the FETs don't slide over to whoever buys it, and they don't slide over to you if you decide to sell it. So that's why we kind of keep that in that year market. And the dump trucks is a really good example. If you go buy the same dump truck as a public, it's $260. but you're getting it 215, 218. So if you keep it for a year, it's actually depreciation off of the 260. So that dump truck's going to sell in the 220, 230 range, and that's where you, like I said, that's where you kind of run into the. I don't like to use the word guarantee on it, but I would say 95% of the people that utilize this, they end up making a little bit of money off of them. So then that can go back into the budget, and it looks, it looks good. So
Sounds good.
Mhm.
When you come to pick up the truck to take it to auction, do you bring the new one in, or is there a downtime?
So on that aspect of it, you will it'll be that part will be through Mac. So you'll go ahead, they'll on the first run. Let's say you order 5 of them. First run, you'll have those for 8-9 months. Mac will call you and be like, "You bought 5 last year. Do you want to do 5 again this year?" You can say, "Now let's do 4." They will order those, and then we do not sell it until you get the other trucks because you can't be without a dump truck. So we make sure that that window does not overlap. You not having any wheels on the ground here. So and that's Mac can produce, especially with this particular spec, they can produce these a little quicker than sitting here having to wait a year or having to wait. So they'll, like I said, they generally go ahead and call out in the half a year mark, but they will probably put the order in like at the 5-month mark, and then they come in right around that 12-month, 13th-month time frame. So like I said, we won't touch the equipment until you have your other round of dump trucks on the ground.
Okay.
So what we've been doing to kind of get it started in, I know you said international, right?
I think that's what we've
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
What we do is we come in on that round, and we'll just go ahead and give you a guarantee on those dump trucks. So that way you kind of have a budget and know what you're making off those. If you want to put those towards the new dump trucks, and then whenever you get your max in, we'll sell those internationals for you. And then, like I said, you can utilize your yard if you want, or you can utilize the yard in Odessa. It's not. I think it's 45 minutes away.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And we can pick the trucks up for you if you want. We do have a transport, or there is a fee that's included on that, or you can run them up yourself and that part's free.
Okay.
So, and we have 3 different platforms. We have Gov Planet, Iron Planet, and then Ritchie Bros. If you do have Gov Planet is with contracted with the United States military. And so you get all kinds of, you get your military gloves, you get your helmets, you get your non-rolling stock on there. So if you do get, say you want to upgrade your furniture and stuff, we do have the ability to do that too when we throw it on Gov Planet, because we have a really large buyer base on there that's looking for those like items. Ritchie Bros and your Iron Planet is more for your rolling stock and your yellow iron. So we do have, like I said, we have multiple options for what you're needing or wanting to sell.
That sounds pretty good.
I do have some.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just curious if you did the same thing with tractors.
We
Well,
can,
like with the Mac and Kenworth.
we can offer. So I know you probably noticed, but I haven't really talked like listing fees or anything. We don't have a standard one. We come in and we customize it to fit what you're needing, and that is not like a 2-year contract or anything like that. What I've usually recommended, this was City of Kansas City. They've kind of got an interesting deal. I was like, what I usually recommend, I'll hand you my card. You kind of go, if you want, send me an email on what your perfect idea of how you would see auctions going, and then we will build a program that works around that. There might be, the City of Kansas City has some doozies they're offering. There might be some things that we can't do, but we can get really close to it, and then we'll just offer that. And you throw a couple things on the auction, see how you like it, and if there's something that you didn't like on that, you just call me, and we'll sit there and we'll amend it till we get it to where it fits for you. So, and that's why, like I said, that's why I don't really talk fees, because I can sit there and say, well, our fees can range from 6 to 15%. So, but we'll work that out to where kind of like where you like it.
Okay.
So, now you don't mind, I'll hand these out to you. It kind of just shows where Ritchie Bros is at. And then I'll show you. So the Odessa one is called the Midwest Regional Auction, and I'll show you what We're our last auction. You want one of these? Sure. Would you like one too?
No, they can do more.
And then there's that was just the Midwest, the City of Odessa auction. That's the coverage that it had. And I am the Gov sales lead. It's kind of another perk. I only deal with government, so there won't be. I don't know if you've ever ran that or not, but a lot of the auction companies are sitting there, they've got a rep and they deal with fleet companies, they deal with construction companies, they deal with the whole works, and I am specifically only government. So. We also, depending on how you want to do it, we do not make your information public. So you don't consistently keep getting spam calls and spam emails unless you want it. And if you do choose to utilize like your yard, we don't put your information on there either. We handle all the phone calls and we handle all the titles. Pickup will be on you, but we do the rest of it for you. We did a little case study with MoDOT, and they sold 22 pieces in Willow Springs, and from start to finish, leaving it on their yard, making their information public, to where they handle all phone calls, everything. It was two employees, 40-hour work days between us doing the pictures, dealing with titles, dealing with pickup, dealing with people that want to come by, and all that. Just 2 40-hour work weeks, 2 employees, 40-hour work weeks. That's kind of we're trying to give you back some of the time to do other things.
Well, that sounds really good. I don't think we've got anything really to throw on there right now, but the next time would be.
Yeah, so we do an auction every Thursday. So there's not a time frame. You can sell one thing in January and then another thing in December. There's not a set time on when you have to. You just call, and then whenever the inspector comes out and does the pictures, or if you utilize the yard, then we'll just put it on for the third or fourth Thursday afterwards. We, like I said, there is a true no reserve live auction. You can utilize that, but if you utilize all the rest of them and don't decide to do a buy it now, we also can do a starting bid to where it doesn't start off at 0. Now, we don't recommend, if a piece is worth 40, we don't recommend putting it on at 40. You got to get the bidders and buyers hungry. So we can at least start off at 20, so you know it's not going to $40,000 piece and you'll sit there and sell for 500.
Yeah.
Which I have been through that a lot. Sitting there watching a $200,000 piece slowly trickle up, and you're just, it's never going to make it. Our website, whenever you sign in and make an account, kind of one of the other perks, when you sign in and make an account, we have everything that you've sold for that year, and you can literally just print that off at the end of the year. Or if you need to, I feel like every government entity I get into is a little different, but if you store your data for 10 years or however you want to do it, you can print that off in a PDF, and you'll have everything that you sold, and you'll have a price point down at the bottom on what the total was on it, and then we even could cut it down or break it down to where it's fees and stuff like that was taken out of it.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it kind of nice. You don't have to worry about putting all those pieces or prices or saving them or writing them down or anything.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Dennis says. Is he'll be the one that utilizes it the most.
Yeah.
That's our road and bridge supervisor. He'd be in today, but he started vacation.
Yeah. It's a good time to take it. It was I was in Kansas City Monday, and my truck never got below 104. And I was with the AC on.
Yeah.
So it's a good week to take it. And I guess I saw yesterday, it looks to me like we're right there in that bubble. That's 8 inches of rain. This whole road is right down the middle of it. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I haven't seen that.
It started up. Usually you know how that goes. They'll forecast it, and then it just starts slowly. 8 inches goes down to 6, and it's not going to rain at all. They haven't stopped that one. It's 48 hours in, and they're still saying 8 inches all the way down this road down to Springfield.
Yeah, they learned their lesson the last time. They need to dwindle it down. We'll just be surprised.
Well, I live in Douglas County, and I thought it was. You follow the news, you probably noticed the last 4 weeks Douglas County has been a tornado watch. It seems like at least once a week. The one time we were not in a tornado watch. So if you want to see it, I've got a really cool video. But that tornado that hit 2 weeks ago started in my yard. And I'm sitting there on the porch with my phone, like, this is a cool wind. And all of a sudden I hear the siren go off, and I'm like, oh, this might actually be a real tornado.
It just got serious. Huh?
It did. It was, so if you want to see it, I'll show it to you. But
And I stayed out there about 30 seconds too long. I was in my sliding door, so I couldn't do anything. And I turned the camera off and then walked out. And as soon as I walked out, my hand went up. I went, oh, yeah. But I started to realize how serious it was. Here towards the end, you'll notice I can't over here because it started pulling trees. See all those trees? Yeah, right over there, that tree, or right here, that tree went down. So,
yeah. Then I ran.
Yeah. Time to go.
I've never actually been at one before. Like I said, that was the one time they did not release a warning. You want to say
That there was just too close for me. So
Tell you what, you see them
yeah. No, it came right down the row of trees right here and knocked out, I don't know, 20 or 30 trees behind my house. And that little green building, we were a little nervous. That little green building down there is a 120-year-old historic school. And I mean, it started right on that. So we were thinking that was going to go. So we had people that stop by. It's on Google somewhere. I don't know. They stop by all the time.
I'll look at it. So,
it's been enough for me to run the opposite way, I guess. But thank you for coming in.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
I think my information's on the bottom there, but I'll hand you a card. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
I'll trade you. Yeah, that works. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. If you get any questions, if you need any questions or anything, like I said, feel free to email me, give me a call. I'll answer them.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we get closer to it. That's
Are you an RFP or anything like that? Or do you?
I'm sorry. That may be more questions. I don't know how that would RFP. All about the yes that we. How
Just keep going.
Sometimes we have to do an RFP for either you or just a vote. You guys all vote yes, and that's fine too.
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever you need to do, we'll do it. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
See you guys again.
I'm gonna use the restroom before we
Get started.
Yeah.
Can we get started on that?
Yeah, shoot the camera off. Convenient. Thank you.
Yeah.
Probably take the hat off. My apologies.
You're good. I'm gonna hang the rest on our side.
Not too much.
It is what it is. Tight time frame.
It is.
So Tuesday was
Any good weekend plans?
cucumbers. Today's
Got
a
to
check.
cut the office.
I have
I got to cut the grass up in the office. Hopefully before it gets hot.
Noted,
Don't you have guys for that?
noted.
He's on vacation.
Of course he is.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I'm trying to figure out. I don't even take 2 weeks.
Right.
Is this still considered, or is it by deliver through your way?
I think it's still that millennial and beyond thing. I don't
remember Gen X ever getting much time at all.
No. I can't remember the last time I went on vacation.
Not necessarily.
When you and I get ready to go somewhere,
We've tried it.
we're gonna go for a week, 2 days in,
in.
and back on.
Nope.
I had somebody ask me, so I made
I
some
did get to go
for it, but
last.
I can't
Not this
tell you if
April,
if they were good or not.
I took like 4 days over from the weekend and went to Florida for a week.
Oh, I love
See,
pickle
that'd be
beans.
all
You
right.
like pickled beans,
I
but you
love-
don't
Other
like
than
sweet
that, I'd
gherkins.
say that last
I would rather have the little baby sweet gherkins.
2
I don't
years or
like
so,
bread buns.
probably under
Okay. But yeah, bread and butter.
6,
sweet
7
pickles.
days.
Yeah.
And that's
The pickled
it
beans are amazing.
anytime.
I love pickled beans.
I don't grow beets because I don't.
I'm good.
I
I
can
can
so
stay home.
it's more
if
time,
everybody
you know. My
Right.
brother does,
Just-
so he can really
just
get me a
hang
jar.
out Then it's just as good,
Yeah.
but that usually doesn't work
I
out.
didn't tell my
very well.
mom for years.
Yeah. In between like the things that we like to
Mom
do,
had to real dry everything up.
the foundation stuff, even on days off, you know, it might be like a barbecue or something, but it's still, it's voluntary time, but it's still food related stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of our time is just
It looks funny.
dedicated to it.
What? Right.
You guys
And
put
of
a
course,
lot
I'm
of time
fading
in.
your death.
I mean, you really do.
And she'll see, but you ate it, you don't have to do it again. That's the rule.
Which is good.
She leaves,
It's-
I'll walk up and I'm like, great grandma, and I go,
Yeah.
"You have another one of those." She
A lot of
goes,
those,
"Like,
and a lot of people don't realize a lot of that stuff are off
My
time.
great grandma
That's
kept my
time.
secrets all in the 20s.
I mean, that's
Every year
work,
she'd sneak me a jar of
salary,
pickled beans.
still it's time
And
to
she showed my mom for like
Yeah, off,
15
you
years.
know.
So, yeah.
all day Saturdays. And like this Saturday is the kids' day for
What
Yuri.
was I doing? Right.
Ethan and I will get that.
Right.
And I was
The next one is the Yurt reunion, so that'll be and the weekend after that. It's
Was you?
Randy.
Was you have
Foundation.
It's just this one. There you go.
He's a
auction
Okay.
and the first responder and resource
And you
day.
made it back to Henry.
I think
And I think the week after that we're heading to training conference.
Yeah, you gotta be
And
careful.
when we
down
come
there.
back, I think it's
Down
gonna
some
be
chickens,
1 week,
you
and then we're gonna hit all of the cult show,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
September
yeah,
Fest, and all that.
yeah. Keeps you busy.
Oh yeah, 100%. Think y'all squared away?
I'm all squared away.
All right.
I got caught up. Got me all handled.
Good deal.
Got me, yes. I was a little bit outdated.
Oh,
But not too far, and I still within the job route.
I'm glad you got to visit us.
Okay, well,
You're rubbing your eyes, you all right?
Can you guys tell that Rob's been gone for 2 weeks?
routine.
He's ready to go on vacation.
Pay him back.
He's on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Out of the country. But he's coming back, we think, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to talk to him much.
That's the point of vacation.
Just,
I like going somewhere where I have no cell
when
phone.
somebody's gone, you gotta pick up stuff.
Is it?
It's new stuff that I'm learning, so it's
Yeah,
exciting.
it
You know, I
sounds-
like learning new things, but yeah, trying to keep up everything and
Let him get back to you, didn't he? I seen him.
oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
Lenny's back and Stutzman's back. So
You got everybody back now.
well, we're starting.
Got a
Yeah,
full crew.
everybody's starting to run back in. So
Yeah.
get Rob back next week. And,
But this week has been good timing too with our call.
yeah, I would say the 2 weeks. I'll jump out there, but I don't know. Like I was just discussing, like we got Uric reunions and Kids Day, Uric stuff, and all kinds of stuff coming up. Before you know it, all the festivals will be here.
Jake was out there talking. He's still on this.
I was about to, I think he's done that.
Yeah,
Like I think we have enough equipment we can move him along.
yeah.
That's right.
Tell 'em
You run them all pretty quick.
We got the task force coming for a meeting, and we got 3 in custody heading down toward jail right now.
Really?
Yeah, busy morning.
Well, it was.
Yeah, Master Sergeant's been out there doing Master Sergeant stuff, so he's doing really good.
We released a few yesterday from the jail. Apparently the community knew that.
I was gonna say.
Filled them up first thing this morning.
I went down there and
Bring 'em back.
Well, I was just talking to Jimmy.
Tell me, once you get that third star on
Slow,
Google reviews,
I
they
said,
just come back.
Mhm. We know that you appreciate it. That's why we
Yeah,
continue
it's
to make
It's
sure.
all about customer
He
service.
said, Judge called, I go like, what?
We just keep you in plenty of customers.
Yeah, I think St. Clair County has 8 people total, and 4 of them are with us.
All right.
Yep,
Coffee, Jim?
I got some.
You just say all.
I got pictures. Oh,
I gotta give him.
yes. I didn't know when you was gonna make her back. I didn't know where you always going.
No, there's times I don't.
Going to dinner. Never mind.
Was there it? You need
Nope, I'm good. I just filled it. Yep. Good.
Oh, good thing.
It's good timing.
I filled yours first, Jim,
Hey,
and then give him
I didn't
some.
need
I'll
it.
make
Don't
it
worry about it.
You know,
I didn't need it. I'm just kidding. I gotta have. I just want somebody
you just pour it out his cup. Way to go. Mark.
Cookies and all.
Yeah.
I you didn't even look this way to see. You know what I mean? Like,
You should just take
You'll
this
get
whole
this.
cup.
You can use my cup.
I'll just swallow.
didn't even look this way to make sure.
Right.
That's okay. I'll remember that.
Ready to rumble?
Yep, we're ready.
All right. We
I
have,
gotta
I mean, I know we probably drank worse, so it's all good.
we have quite a few extra things to go over. So we have our June report, and we'll have our July within a week. And then we have a couple of, we have a Montrose City contract discussion about K9 Eleanor, deputy supplemental grant, and then we have a Aramark amendment to their contract to review today. So we're going to try to make it a little faster. So Rob is out of country, comes back this week. So we have his CIT and traffic stuff in here, but he's not here with us today. And then it's been busy. So yesterday we had a burglary. We arrested 2 individuals, caught them in the act, leaving the property. So those 2 are in custody. And then this morning we had a separate one that was down south by the lake. We had a separate one in Windsor this morning. We have 3 in custody en route to Henry County Hilton this morning. So Lenny and our Master Sergeant are out of the office this morning on cases. So it's been very busy, but in the last 24 hours, we have 5 people in custody on 2 separate burglaries. So
Good work, guys.
we're working on getting
We're
24
gonna fill your jail up for
keeping them
Jail's full anyhow.
full. So good stuff. A lot of moving and shaking as we always do. So another busy June was a very busy month as always. Calls for service a little over 1,200. It's kind of nice. We're starting to see other agencies post stats like we do. So now we can actually have a census of how we are with our residents, our census, and compare our call loads to others because we really don't know. So it is kind of nice to see others posting those and see how we rate call wise, and we can see how they patrol, how they staff, and things like that. It's pretty neat. We have a sheriff's conference coming up too here in a couple of weeks, and we get to share these things with other sheriffs too. Like, what are you doing? This is what we're doing, kind of thing. So, offense reports are remain steady and high. 124 for the month. 42 arrests made, 195 traffic stops, a little over 3,000 visitors to the courthouse. Our ADP, average daily population for the jail, is up there at 105. It feels like that all the time. But good stuff. Everything's in good, smooth working order and 101 bookings. So we're just going to jump right over to Captain Bilbrook.
On their page there, it shows the countywide activity and then the breakdown of calls from the county and from contract areas and the different numbers there. Civil process had 129 civil process papers during June. 86 were successfully served. 22 remaining active and 21 returned non-est. Community engagement. The Clinton Masonic Lodge had their MOSHIP program, so we was over there as a part of that. So the residents at the Windsor Rehabilitation and Healthcare requested that we come eat and some donuts and visit with their crew over there and then everybody inside the healthcare center. So that was a lot of fun. We went over and spent about 30 minutes to an hour just
Yeah.
listening to stories and hanging out. That was really cool. And that was a request from them to come, and that's kind of sparked off a few other ones that are wanting the same.
Really cool story on that. We did our what is that, sidetrack?
Yes.
We did a donuts with a deputy at sidetrack, and the residents from them came across the street and came over and visited. I don't know, probably 8 of them. And while they were there, they were talking to the director, like, we really want them to come over and do that to our residents. It was those 8 participants. So that's what spurred that. They got a hold of Captain Bill Rick and like, can you guys please come over and do that? And I'm like, oh, of course.
That's neat.
And then it spurred it
Now
to
it's
another one.
springing.
Yeah.
So, we're doing one here in Clinton. So,
Yeah.
pretty
And
cool.
we try to make it over to Fried Chicken Friday and visit over at the Clinton Senior Center. If y'all haven't made it, it's good food and good company over there. So. And you have the municipal reports. And then you have the specialized operations for traffic. And it shows the 2026 numbers so far: 699 stops, 489 hours. Had 2 felony traffic offenses, 4 misdemeanor traffic offenses, outstanding warrants of 8, and a DWI came out of that with 15 arrests. Training in June. Lieutenant Kubelis, Master Sergeant Logan, Detective Stutzman, and Detective Baker and I got to go to Louisville, Kentucky for advanced homicide investigation training. That was really good training. It was really neat to be able to network with a lot of different departments throughout the states, see how other people did things, kind of take some ideas and get some ideas so that we can continue to improve and grow on our investigations. So that was really cool. We also hosted a crisis intervention team CIT training over at the sheriff's office. That went really well also. And then Rob had been working on the church security safety team training. The location was at the First Baptist Church in Clinton. So the participants were First Baptist Church security team, safety team, ushers, and greeters. Rob does a really great job of front running that and getting that going, and it's something that he'll be excited to talk about probably in July when he's back. So he's put a lot of work into that. Then you have the crisis intervention team overview, so you guys can kind of go over that and what's going on with that. And that'll lead into Jackie. So.
Well, they weren't lying when they said our average is come to about 105, and that's really where we're floating at. We can get down to 98, we get back to 104, we get down to 101, we get up to 106. It's just, this is now our new standard. It's a lot, but that's because of enforcement. That's because of hard work on their end. And people tend to leave us better than they arrived. We get 20 pounds and a better attitude. So, mental health holds, they're continuing to be about 5%. There's really not a lot you can do. You're either waiting for a bed or you're literally advocating and working for some of these folks to help find them some measure to get out of our place so they can get someplace more suited. Contract housing's remaining steady. We've been housing consistently 10 to 11 for Boone County, and the 5-bed contract with St. Clair County's there. So it kind of helps balance our cost. So when we're sitting at 105, about 15 of those at least are paying. So there's that. Maintenance is a never-ending thing. I can't say enough how hard Chris works and how far he is stretched over the broad universe that he is responsible for. We've got a cable television infrastructure that we remembered to put in here. That's original to the building, and it's beginning to fail. One little connection, one cable at a time. We're going to have to look this fall at what we're going to do with that. Televisions in the building are important. I know other people will fuss at me and say they don't. Yes, they do. They need televisions. We're doing really well on training. I think we got nearly 100 hours of training in June. Part of that was the CIT course he mentioned and some other things. It's so nice that Rob works as hard as he does to bring as much training as he does to our facility. We're sending a couple out to St. Clair County. They're getting a class. We're going to send a couple 3 officers to that one in July. No, into this month, yeah. And then we're going to get that class here, and we're going to be able to roll more of my jail staff through that class. I would say that. Critical thinking. I can't remember the title of the class now. How to make good decisions. Yeah, we're just real tickled. We're sitting at a good spot right now.
So,
Jackie, did you hear? Has Chris got with you on the mixer?
I know he's working on the mixer. I don't know what's come of it.
He got okay from us the
Yeah,
other day
the order
to
one.
purchase a new one.
Oh, I did not know that.
Because he's found one.
That's the big floor model stand-up one. That's
Yes.
been there since the building.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said it's time to stop dumping
It's
money
time
into
to-
it. It's
yeah.
time to move on. So
It's time to stop buying Band-Aids
Yeah.
because that is a sizable investment. Those mixers are not cheap, but they're heavy duty. They put in a ton of work and they make a big impact in the kitchen. Thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
So,
he did have a suggestion on what kind. So
Yeah.
you may want to get with him. He may have already
may-
ordered it,
oh
but
God. Okay.
yeah,
He didn't want one that's kind of so complicated. So he's-
Well, I don't think the one we have is complicated. It was just gave us all.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
that's but basically
Yeah.
what he said.
But you get to the new models, then they start just like buying a washer and dryer
Yep.
set. When I bought a washer and dryer set, I just walk in and went, "Listen, I need a start button and a go button and stop." And they're like, "Well, you got all these cycles." I'm like, "Dear Lord." So I had to learn how to program a spaceship in order to wash my jeans. But yeah,
That's kind of what Chris said.
Yeah.
Not in those words, but
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
so yes, every time you buy a new appliance now, they've added on, half a NASA. And I'm like, I just wanted a go button.
Well, during our walkthrough, I seen the sign, and then he brought it up
Yeah.
Tuesday, I think, after you, either before or after you left. And so, he's checking into it.
Okay.
May want to just double
I'd say
check
he's
with him
already
too.
ordered.
I'd say he's already ordered it
That's
as
the way it
well.
sounded.
Well, if that's the case, then I guess we'll get what arrives.
Yeah.
And the sink in the kitchen that's got the do not use or
I'm not aware. I know I have
go
a
into
sink.
the office.
All right, you have a sink. If that's the one we're talking about, that's a sink arrangement that is continuous with the dishwasher.
We just talked about that actually.
Yeah. The dishwasher's only 2 years old. We're great there. The sink itself is original to the building, and over time we have developed a crack in that sink. I think we've put duct tape in that crack. We've put JB Weld with duct tape behind it in that crack. We have caulked that crack.
Well,
There's only so many things, and
You got creative. I'll give you
we
that.
did. JB Weld. I'm telling you right now, that stuff's amazing.
yeah.
Until it's not.
It is until it's not. Watched it fix a Briggs and Stratton engine once. It was a block. It was cool, and it worked for a long while. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. It would
Okay.
be nice to replace the whole thing,
Yeah.
but that's a big chunk too. So
Okay. Chris and I wasn't exactly 100% sure on
We'll go back.
what was going on with that, so you may want to run that.
okay, I'll get with Chris and see where we're at, both on the stand mixer and on a sink.
Okay.
That's exactly why we talked about it on our tour. We're trying to relook at the 15-year-old things
Mhm.
because there's a laundry list of them. And we started last year on replacing things, and it's working really well. And we're trying to get that list, a recurring list of what we need to do.
Okay.
About everything is 15 years old. But
Mhm.
It's getting a lot better in the last 2 years.
You've
Well,
got
I
a
didn't
new
know if
cook
there was-
stove. You've got a new cook stove in that space in the last year or two. You've got new convection ovens in that space in the last year or two. We've bought a new appliance or replaced appliance or two in the last year. We're getting there. But you kind of want to stage it so that in 15 years you're not buying them all at once all over
Yeah.
again. So
Exactly.
yeah, we'll just baby step our way through it.
Well, I wasn't real for sure on the sink, and I think
Mhm.
it's also got a mop spot, where
Yeah.
get mop water or whatever. But
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was one of those things. Didn't use it, didn't really need it, so you put the sign up there, and it was kind of storage. Or
Well,
if
then we
it's
may be
neat-
talking about a different sink.
It's as you're going
Okay,
into
stop.
the.
You're talking about the
kitchen
sink that is to
office.
the right hand of the kitchen door. Yeah, that's pretty much not needed. It's never been used. It's never been utilized because it's in an odd location, and it's just not something that daily the kitchen staff are utilizing.
Okay.
There's other hand washing sinks. We don't use a mop sink there. We use a mop bucket to mop the kitchen.
Okay.
I know what one you're talking about now.
Okay. Okay.
If that one's developed a leak or an issue, yeah, I don't think that should be replaced.
Okay.
We'll still take a look at it.
My apologies. Now I've told you about a different sink that has a leak.
No, I'm glad you did because I didn't know about that one. So no,
But
let's
like I said, that JB Weld might still be there.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll get on
let's
all of it.
touch base with Chris on that.
Okay.
See what we can do going forward with that one too.
Absolutely.
So yeah. say it's awfully tight in there. So I mean, if there's anything,
It is.
maybe it's tight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A few years ago, there was a deep fryer sitting in there, and we all asked why. We're not deep frying anything here ever. So it went away
Yeah.
several years ago. So,
Perfect.
Court security, there's over 3,000 visitors in June. I think you guys get to see daily that the guys do a really good job with court security, and occasionally if they need a little assistance, I think you guys see that it gets here pretty quickly and things are handled pretty handily. So I see that firsthand. So
A good community.
Good job.
criminal investigations, those guys are busy. They're doing a good job. We did have the Dollar General burglary. We've got some good leads and things going on that. Matter of fact, I think we got a CBSA coming up here pretty quick on somebody. And did some of the wire thefts, like out on 51 and everything. Actually tracked some of that down and made some arrests off of that over in Benton County. Benton County Detective Hearn was with them over there. Did a great job. She helped out a lot. And that really helped make some arrests up in there on some of that wire. Unfortunately, we didn't get it back, but we was able to make some arrests and hopefully put a stopper and slow that down. So investigations have been really good with that. And said in June, there were, a lot of the unit was out. So the sheriff kind of ran some investigations himself during that time. And I think there was a couple pretty big ones over in Blairstown that went really well. That he ran over there. If you want to talk about those at all?
Yeah. No. Yeah. We. I know all of our cases kind of went to Blairstown for the 2 weeks they were gone, and we made quite a few arrests up there. But once we get started on something like bulldogs, it's like, well, let's go hit up the air for 2 weeks. So a lot of investigations up there. One ended in a search warrant and a couple of arrests. Yeah, it's been really busy. We don't highlight a lot of those, especially our detectives division. They just kind of do their thing and move on. But this wire theft is a good example. They're extremely hard to catch. They roll up there, they cut it, you take it, you're off. In this specific case, they dropped them off, so it wasn't even a vehicle in the area. They were on foot. So our detectives division and the company got pretty creative. Don't want to talk much about that, but got creative and did some things, and they were able to, because of that, track them down, and we found them over in Benton County. One of them we found in Pettis County. Pettis County did great. So I think it was Sedalia PD or the Sheriff's Office, I don't remember.
I think it was a hotel in Sedalia where they picked him up. Yeah.
So they got him on some narcotics drug cases as well. On top of that, and then Benton County did great and got one of ours over there in custody on some separate things, and then Lenny's packaging all that up to get a case here. So all these cases are kind of spreading out. 9 times out of 10, they're not from here. The people aren't, but they're coming over here and creating these burglaries. So we're thinking outside the box to get these things solved because it's getting crazy.
One thing with Lieutenant Kublis, like his leadership and growth has really been a lot here lately. It's been great. He's stacked in cases and trying to get things, but yet yesterday when they had guys over there, active burglary over there, the first one out the door, Lenny's running out the door, so he's running out and trying to get into even more. So he's done a great job of just really developing into that leadership role over investigations, and really kind of just took a hold of that and ran with it. So I'm really proud of him right now.
We told that to the victim yesterday. That's the new sheriff's office. Within 3 minutes, you had 8 of us on scene, including us two, and we had the 2 people pulled over and boxed in. It happened that fast. We thought one was going to run and didn't go far. So that's what you get. You call 911, we're gonna get there.
When you got the lead detective that's running investigations, the first one running out the door, it's like that's a good sign. So
Yeah, no, it's catchy. Everybody will start doing it.
On that last page, that's kind of where my heart led me this month. It was very nice to send our staff to Kentucky. That is a huge endeavor. We would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for both, because it costs so much. It is an internationally known or nationally known training. It is the top-notch training, so it's very expensive, and then housing and food for 2 weeks is a big deal. But it's something that we will get back in dividends for years to come. And I can tell you our investigations have already taken a different turn because they look at them differently. So that was one of the things I had to come to grips with is our expectations are high. but I don't know how they can stay high if you don't train them to be that same level. So, hands down, thank you guys, thank Kelly, thank everybody that helps us with our budget, and then the LERF committee. Yeah, this is hands down the best thing that we could do, and we're going to try to keep doing this. So now that we have the bulk of them done, we hire a new detective, we're sending them there. So our staff will remain trained. A corporal, sergeant, when we get our new policy and procedure, we're going to have all this laid out that we will send you immediately to training. We're going to keep that top-notch service up there. So we're very proud and happy about that.
It was a very in-depth. I mean, it went over blood spatter, forensics, ME stuff. I mean, it was 2 weeks of a lot of the crime scene processing, ways to look at crime scenes, ideas on neighborhood canvases, and interviewing different people, dual interviews. There was a lot of stuff. It was really, really good.
We're really excited.
I'm sure it's forever changing,
No, it does.
all the time. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, as I say, we're usually trying to keep up because they come up with new ideas on how to get away, and we got to figure out how to get
Okay.
Well said.
We're looking forward to our future, though, because we'd like to expand on this. It opened our eyes, and we looked at the National Sheriff's Association. They have some really good training, but the beautiful thing about them is their training is from CDO to sheriff. It's everybody in between. So we were looking at their agenda, and we're going to try to budget for those things. So we're looking at investing to everybody, and then every year we'll have different categories. There's a evidence custodian conference. And when I look at that, I'm like, wow, it's so in depth about what you're supposed to do, how to do it, how to audit. So moving forward, we're going to keep investing in this, and I'd say in another 5 years, it's going to be another different sheriff's office with leadership and training. So it's going to be great.
Good.
Any questions? I guess at first we have a couple of documents.
It's great.
It's always busy. We're always for improvements, or we'll definitely look at the kitchen stuff too. So we're all for anything. The only thing, speaking of that, we had our meeting visit with our insurance carrier. They had some really good words of wisdom, honestly, that was outside of our insurance realm. So it made me think about I need to find those once we get all this stuff done. We did a 3-phase project, so that next project we think was like power washing and then fixing that center strip in the building. There's some holes in it. But one of the things we did not discuss was the concrete on the backside of the sheriff's office. So where you're going into our Sally Port, there's just a section,
It's a section
like
near
3
the
foot
curb.
by 5 foot.
It's a
The
section
curb
near the
sunk.
curb that has
Yeah,
subsided and
curb
it's sunk. Mhm.
So we just, we'll probably, or Chris or Sal, talk to Chris and see if we have somebody come do a bid, because I don't know what that would cost to probably just lift it back up. Small things like that.
You could probably get a foundation company to come in.
The rest of our stuff is pretty minor on what we need to fix. So the building is in great shape. They're pretty pleased, the insurance company. We talked to them again after they left. Really good stuff. So it shows that all of us, you guys, because you guys have a big say in what we do with this building, do a great job of keeping this thing day one old. It's not 15 years old. This thing it's still nice and going great. So thank you for that. You gonna go with Airmark?
If you want.
Yeah.
It's the shortest one, really.
Yeah.
So every year we do an amendment to the contract with Airmark, and all it does is it covers a price increase. So I got packets for you. Let me get that here. Did you want one, sir?
No, you're fine. Look at me.
I got it. Yeah. Let's see here. Kelly, do you want one?
I just need to sign one at the end.
Okay, well, the signed one, then I'm gonna take back and send to the company, and then I'll get you a copy. I'll email it over to you. But I need you to sign this one that I've got marked with the page. They provide annual data or population, and the table is attachment A, demonstrates a cost increase of 3.47 over last year's numbers. The cost increase was anticipated because it kind of falls in that range every year, and it's already been figured into this year's 26 operating budget. Our inmate meal line on that budget's performing right where we want it, and plan to bring it in on target this December is my hope. So that 3.47 increase, like I said, is on that second table. They've actually already instituted this. I had to call them and remind them, don't you want an amendment to this contract, y'all? And they went, oh, yes, we do. So here we are. It was 3.8 last time. So it was a 3.4% increase this time.
Like that.
So now, mind you, at our numbers, that doesn't make a substantial difference. 0.4%. If we were running 1,000 prisoners, it would make a bigger impact. You know, it's about $1,000 a year. But, free ticket. And you'll note that this will be the last 12 months. When we get to July of 27, we will have fulfilled our obligation on the dishwasher that was purchased 2 years ago. The big dishwasher debacle of 2024. Yes. You don't have time for that today. I'm still crunched over that.
All right.
Yeah.
Chair, I entertain a motion. Sign the contract.
I'll make a motion to sign the contract for the Fairmont Food Service.
Second.
Motion been made, seconded, and sign the contract with Fairmont Correctional Services for food. Voice roll call, Mark.
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jim, yes. Motion approved.
Take that back to that email to them, and I will email you. Perfect.
Jackie, after going through our walkthrough with the insurance company and seeing you guys operate firsthand, I was pretty impressed. I've often said I never wanted to go in there, so I've done everything I could to stay out of there.
I tell, I
Some days closer than others.
even when I'm talking to clientele, it's like, I don't know, they make you come here. I think it makes more sense. I keep coming back every day. I'm not sure what that says about you.
Well, you run a pretty good tight ship, so
Sir, I'll take that. 'Cause I'm
Say, when that was first built,
Uh-huh.
I was working here,
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
and I went in there, sit there, and look at that. Look at yourself every day, all day.
yeah.
It's not a good feeling. I was only in there for a minute in the cell. Definitely not for me.
Standing there in the middle, looking
Yeah.
in was enough for me.
Municipal contract.
And then hearing that, boom.
I tell you what, I don't like walking in there when they shut the doors behind me.
That gets the most comments. Why do these doors have to slam so loud? And I'm like, that's why they call it the slammer. We're kind of like obligated to slam the doors. I think it's a
Just
rule or
not-
something,
Most favorite thing to do.
right?
I'm not gonna say it doesn't need to happen, but boy, it sure
It works.
sends that chill up the spine.
You work there for a while and you get to listen to the building and you'll know which door slams where because you'll learn what it sounds like from where you're standing.
Amazing.
Cameras help
Absolutely
though.
amazing. Well, that was the first time I'd ever seen it, so it was eye-opening.
It is.
So this is the City of
Very nice.
Montrose municipal contract for police services. We usually don't alter these a whole lot, so that's why we don't really see them a lot. So this started over a year ago, maybe close to 2, but over a year ago we started looking at all of our contracts as a whole, and specifically we talked to the City of Montrose and to try this new approach. So just long story short, we know that each of our cities, they don't have funds. We can't keep going back to them and asking for any increase, 3, 5% or anything. They just don't have it. So we were trying to get creative and say, well, how can we provide the same service or more services for the same amount and help on this? So we worked with Montrose, and what we came up with is, so the City of Montrose and all of them have that set hours of weekly. So Montrose specifically, 16 hours a week is what we patrol there. And that is a minimum. We always go over, and then when we have festivals or other things, it's well over that. So we've been working with them, the old mayor and the new mayor, and that's kind of why it hit a hang up. So we came up with a conclusion here that if we can try to take we are taking the hours out, so there's no set 16 hours in there. And what that means is that anytime you still have a call for service, anytime we need to do anything for the city on your municipal level, we'll still go there. That doesn't ever change. But what we were trying to get out of is the mindset, and this is just human nature, that I have to go to Montrose. I have to sit in Montrose or Calhoun, Urick, Windsor, Deepwater. All of those are the same. So minus Windsor. I should say that.
Well,
You're staying in Windsor. So
Whole other range.
yes. So that's kind of that's the discussion we've had with the cities, starting with Montrose, and they like the idea. So this contract is the new one, and it does not have the set hours in there. And we really do think that we don't have to discuss the monetary value of these anymore, because that price will just stay the same, and that way we know that they can't afford more. But if this doesn't work, we'll go back to the table. We'll renegotiate. We also think too that if there's not a set hours, our staff they'll be relieved of that, because you have 3 counties out here, cities, sorry, that require set hours a week, and that is a lot for one deputy on a shift or 2. It's just a lot. On top of civil process, calls for service, and proactive policing, it is a lot of what we do. So we think this will alleviate some of the pain from our staff, and I think they'll go down there more. We really do. We think they'll be more apt to go out there and around Montrose, because now you're not obligated to sit within the city.
Stay right
You can
there.
go around. So it's a leap of faith on Montrose. We have a good relationship with all of them, but they're excited to see where this goes. We're excited that we're trying to alleviate the pains. That's what this contract is. There's 3 of them there. They're all originals. So if we can sign all 3, if you guys approve, and then once you're signed, they're done. So Kelly can keep one, I'll keep one, and I'll send one back to Montrose.
I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to sign the contract for Montrose, City of Montrose.
A second.
Motion been made second to sign the contract with City of Montrose for the Henry County Sheriff's Department. Voice roll call. Mark,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Jim, yes. Motion carried.
So we're signing all 3 of these.
So there's 2 pages. The second one, I think maybe just Jim, and then the back page, I think is everybody.
Okay.
So that first page is the contract. That very last page, it gives us the right to enforce city ordinances.
But do you want all 3 copies signed?
Yes. Yeah. Kelly will keep one as an original. The city of Montrose will keep one, and I'll keep one as an original.
Then you'll sign the back. Correct?
Yep.
I do like that fact it gives you the leniency, the freedom to roam around the surrounding area and not just right there.
It is a big deal when you look at our operations and our staff. They're excited about this. Our staff are. It's been like this since I was a deputy. It's never changed. These contracts have never changed. So it is not it took over a year to talk about this. and Captain Bilber can talk to you in a second about Windsor. These aren't easy conversations, and they're not easy at all. And that's why they just haven't occurred. It's easier just to go about the daily grind and push it off. Well, those uncomfortable conversations have been happening for 2 years now. But they all have great attitudes about it. They know that at the end of the day, this will increase. I'm telling you, our proactivity will increase because now we aren't saturated to one area. We can get out and do things. Hopefully, we'll have a City of Windsor contract here soon.
Yeah, we're in negotiation with them on trying to work on maybe another deputy or working with some of the pay there every month. I think having another deputy up there would be beneficial for a lot of reasons. Just having backup up there, for one, being able to cover more of the town, not just be in one spot, being kind of here and there. It'll help with investigations. It'll help with trying to track things down. Morale. I think it's nice to have somebody there that if something does go wild, that somebody's going to be there with you. You know what I'm saying? So we're excited. We're in the first phases of that, and I think it's going well. So I will say that their city council, it's been great working with them. And then I think you've seen a change over the time too. With they've seen they took a leap of faith on giving us some upfront money last contract, and they see the numbers and they see what that's done. And it's this time around, I think it's a lot easier for them to look at some of these things than the first time. So you can tell that relationship's definitely growing, and they're really happy with what's going on in Windsor. So we're excited about that.
That's good.
Definitely keeps us busy up there.
It is. It's one of our busier.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's all right.
don't forget to add the date up top.
Yeah, it definitely keeps us busy.
And that's exactly, I mean, we've had some, walking in the door as sheriff, we had a very good, but it was a tough conversation. First 2 weeks of sheriff over there with their mayor. And it was a good conversation, and it's just spurred from there. But our goal is we only have one on at all times over there, but it's just one deputy. So when you get into something, it's just you. So the goal is to have two, but when a crime happens, we want to investigate it immediately. And if that's a detective going over there, us going over there, we're there all the time. But we take these things seriously, but we have to be matched with that same effort from the city. And they are. Not a bad thing to say. It's going really good.
It really is.
Well, it's good. I like that for sure.
Next thing, we have Deputy Supplemental Fund. So these are just copies. There's just one. I'm going to give you the original. Jim. It just requires Jim's signature on it. This is our. This is the yearly Deputy Supplemental Fund grant, but it just came through and we were awarded that. So last year's was $60,912, and then this year it increased to $121,824. So that's a 100% increase. We're really proud of that. We're very proud of Prop 1. That is a huge deal. We're working on that to see whether we'll bring all that up here and talk about that. But this is the other piece of the puzzle. We're not solely relying on taxpayer funding. Well, it's all taxpayer money, but grant funding is still, we're still going to research those. So the other thing is it went up 50% alone. So last year it was $2,000. This year it's $3,000 annually. A deputy now gets around $86 a paycheck, and with the new one, it's about $112. So pretty cool increase on there. We're very happy with that, and as you can tell, when I first started, I think we had about 13 on here, and now we have 36. So we have a massive amount of post-certified employees. We're very proud of that. Jill is almost 50%.
Jail
Post-certified.
yeah, jail added 7 badges this year.
And we're going to keep trying to do that. So that number adds to this as well. So all this requires is your guys' approval to finalize. And then that first page at the very bottom, Jim, next to the Randy Kaiser, the signature and the date, and then each page on the very bottom right is the initials for each one. I'm going to give you a copy.
He's like, I'm just over
He's like, I'll sign it.
Yeah, sign it too.
Yeah, her.
Do I entertain a motion?
I'll make the motion to sign the supplemental fund contract. Supplemental grant.
Also,
The great part with having all the post certifieds and everything in the jail is that's where we go first when there's openings on the road. So it's really exciting to be able to, they already know operations, how to do things. They know a lot of the people in the community when they do transfer over with the road, and they're out there. So that helps out a lot. And Sergeant over there, Basinger, he's a great kid. No, I'm not after him. But I'd take him if he'd come. But the thing with him is he came over and he came up with a plan that he's kind of working on and wanting the front run of being able to take some of those post-certified and when they're available to start the field training through there. That way, when that happens, if they do come over to road, they've already got some of that field training in play. So
The
he's
transition's going to go a lot more
easier.
smoothly.
So that's
quicker too.
yeah, that was really exciting when he came over at Great Sergeant and come over and started wanting to work towards that program. So excited about that. I'd take him if I could, but
Who's
I don't
that?
know if I'd Basinger.
Basin.
I don't know if I'd be alive long for.
I wouldn't want to
If he
say
did
it
come.
next.
There's a price to be paid for it, but it's awfully high.
Yeah, we've spoke of this price.
I don't believe you got the budget for it, Michael.
With that being said, the motion been made and seconded to go into contract with voice roll call. Mark,
yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jim, yes, motion carried.
One last thing.
Yeah,
It's a lot of things in one day.
It is. This one's rough.
Okay, so now, do I need to initial these pages?
Yeah, the bottom right.
Oh, they get that in smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Frank,
Yeah, if you don't mind. Put in a file. Amy does a good job with. Yeah,
I think that's a
it's ever changing.
Amen. One other thing I forgot, I always warn you guys when I'm doing grants. So the Blue Shield, we're approved for that. I think it's like 29,000, just shy. We've gone back and forth because we have 30 days to tell them what we're going to use it for. We have to technically apply again. So we have narrowed it down to Lexipol. So it's a policy and procedure company. That's not the words of wisdom our office wanted to hear, because you can buy anything with those things. However, we've worked with our insurance company, their sub companies, and nobody does sheriff's office / jail policy manuals. So for a multitude of reasons, and I'll just tell you, but Ken has done it for years, 28 years. And he has taken on that responsibility of updating those. So if there's a policy or state statute or case law changes, he's just updated those and had to cite that. I'm not an attorney, and it's very hard to do that. So Lexipol does that for you. There's a long laundry list of things that Lexipol does, and it's great. It's a yearly subscription. So we're going to use the grant funds for that. And then around $5,000 of that grant we're going to use for the detectives division on equipment. So we've learned from our last homicide. Thank goodness for Cass, they came and processed it all, but we don't have like Tyvek suits and fingerprint kits, any of those things. So that crime scene required a full-blown masks, all Tyvek suits every time you went down there to the crime scene, and it was required due to those circumstances. So we have to do better on our side of being equipped with those things. So we're going to use $5,000 for that. When I submit that, I'll usually give those over to Amy and Kelly, and they can bring those up. Once it's officially approved, I always bring them up to you guys. I don't think that requires any more signatures. Lexipol, I've been with them before. They're a really great company. I can go on, but they also require that they have database in there for acknowledgements. They have a training every month. We send out a training bulletin, daily training bulletins to the staff. They read a little questionnaire. It's actually like a scene. It's a hypothesis, and then you have to see how it fits in the policy and answer the question, and it monitors all of those things. So it's a really good company.
So it creates, maintains, updates, and internal sheriff's office policy.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how I understood it, but I wanted to make sure I got it
We
correct.
will 100% benefit from this. So the last one is K9 Eleanor. So we knew these days were coming. I'll warn you, our next one too is probably not too far behind K9 Eleanor. They're both work life cycle is close. So Hers happened to happen this week, so she's been seen a few times for medical issues. Most of them have been fixed. She's an aging dog, canine unit, and most of those things have been fixed, and she's dealt with it as an aging dog. This one is not. She can't bypass this one. So on the very back of that sheet is the letter from medical recommendations for permanent retirement of Canine Deputy Eleanor, and that's from the Clinton Animal Shelter. So they have been seeing her. She's had a couple of procedures in the last 2 years since I've been here, and it is their recommendation. It is the canine handler's recommendation. It is my recommendation that we fully and immediately retire canine. So she is having some difficulties. We went ahead and put her out of service this week. She cannot operate as a canine anymore. So it's pretty unfortunate, as you can tell with our handler. These dogs are like kids. They're a deputy. So it's a very big thing for our agency. It's a big thing for the handler. It's pretty hard. So that first letter is just a letter from me saying that this is the circumstances. Because I don't know the full history, I kind of went back and we did some research that we purchased her in 21 for $3,000, which when I read the original contract, she was already 5 years old, just shy of 5 years old. So we got her for a really good discounted price. They're usually $25,000, $30,000. And then that second page, I sent this over to our legal, and I haven't heard back yet, but this is a standard release of liability. So the most common thing is for us to retire a canine, then we would release the canine to the handler permanently. For obvious reasons, they have a bond with the handler, and it's the smartest thing to do. But this one, thinking outside, there's a liability that comes with releasing that canine. So we came up with this document contract. If you don't want to sign it today or review it now, it's fine. It just says that, long story short, we are releasing this canine to Scott Brandt as an individual, and he takes on all full 100% liability care, custody control, and it releases all of that from the sheriff's office. Any questions or?
Do we need that in the motion, Kelly?
Yeah, if you're gonna sign it, you'll definitely.
That's
Okay.
turned over to the handler.
Yes.
Yeah, we would turn canine Eleanor over to Scott, and Scott is her current.
Yes.
You guys gonna get another one?
And we're
Yeah.
looking on the options on how we would like to move forward when it comes to the canine program. I definitely think that canine is definitely going to be part of our future, just how we're going to implement and what kind of training and what kind of dog that we're going to want, and kind of moving forward from there. So
Want to do it right the first time, so it's going to take some research to make sure we do it right. We 100% want it.
yeah.
And that's the other question: do we want one? Do we want two?
Yeah.
Do you do dual certification? Do you do bite work? Do you do tracking? It's all multiple certifications and a lot of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I make a motion that we sign this contract of retiring the canine and
Cars. But yeah.
Canine L.
handing, canine Eleanor to handler Scott Brandt.
A second.
Motion made and seconded. Sign the contract that hand over retirement canine L to the handler Scott.
Yes.
Mark, yes.
Jake, yes.
Jimmy.
Appreciate that.
I have an original one here. I did not sign it yet. This is the original stamp.
That's one you signed.
So we had just
Nor did some really good words.
We got one.
Had some good hits, so we're gonna definitely miss
This
it.
one.
So we had just talked about this through the walkthrough with the insurance guys. That you mentioned that this was probably coming up pretty soon. I didn't expect this thing, but
We actually didn't either. She went in for a regular checkup and then this hit. We knew she had eyesight issues a couple of months ago, maybe.
And then
They
she
came up.
started to where she wasn't even able to judge getting into things.
We had a surgery. We had it done over at Blue Pearl or something. Great job. And they warned us that this would fix it, but this is a long-term issue. And it would progressively get worse. The progressive was fast because of range. We did not expect that.
Right.
My dog went blind within a year and it's just, I mean,
Is she about 10 now?
She's a great dog. We
Yeah,
talk
good
about
pup, yeah.
she in her years of service, she hits like she's very good.
Good work and real good with the community. They go out and go to work and still come over and, you know, be around the kids and everything. So good stuff. Yeah.
She knows for everything. She'll feel everything with her nose now. That's how she knows not to run into walls or, you know, how to get up on the concrete. She'll probably great. Good job.
We're working on that too. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Busy day for you.
Yeah, busy day.
Yeah, it all just kind of hit. So, but thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you. Back over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Guys, come see me on a good term.
Yes, definitely. That's the only reason. That's the only way I've got there.
Yeah, you don't want to just go with it.
Sure, about what?
This was probably not more for you than
Okay.
Find something else, I think, if they have done. I think I've got eight.
Yeah, we got,
I'm gonna ask.
We got time to do it. I think I've got.
So this is north of Delmar. Ted Holt lives down here. This is 1001, 220 King Plus here. I'm inquiring about this road. Is this a road or what is it? We're showing a 40-foot easement. That call came in today.
Is that the line for hit Honey Creek and Davis?
No, it's all the way into Honey Creek.
what road?
I don't know. I'll show it to you.
No road.
220 turns left, but 1001 goes north and makes a turn to the right.
Where are you at?
This is 1001. Ted lives down there.
Okay.
220 turns up this road. There's a double gate here that they closed off because of the hunting lodges.
The maps that
This
we
is still
have,
showing
Yeah.
40-foot easement. I'm just trying to.
the roads,
The dead end right
they
there.
show on the maps. Like, it looks like it goes all the way through.
Okay.
I'm like, how do I
So
get
this is
around
in
here
Honey
to
Creek
get
Township.
Yep.
drive? Yeah,
Regarding a
I
road.
called that guy from Big.
Yes.
Township.
Because I don't even know what
Probably
it might be.
all
Or if it is a road, I guess.
You're talking about-
Regarding.
This right here. This section of it right there.
This is where the,
Well, no, I think they put a gate up here so you can't get up here.
Northwest 220.
And I think Ted said he would go look at it. So, because he's the one that takes care of most of that up there. Because you see the easement right here,
Yeah.
40 foot, just like this. So I'm showing it as a road. I don't know if it's a road or not. But and I don't know if it's on the inventory. 'Cause I don't have the inventory.
I think we're still in the process of updating that.
Yeah, we haven't got it yet.
does this change the?
Dennis-
Dennis is
So what that
Make sure.
Oakland.
Well, that's
We got a
all-
lot of roads. It's gonna take.
This is a 40.
This is 40 and comes all the way down.
When we started talking about it, I thought it was a different route.
Don't say.
Northwest. Question road. Vision Road, go north to Dead End.
Okay, that is true. But then I guess I need to measure how far north to the dead end.
2.3.
This is it.
Let's see on 220.
Well, no, yeah, this is more than
220 is there, and so it would be 220.
Take a left and come up.
Unless then that was a road
Is
number
that a
change.
road?
Number change, because this is an old.
Is that, well, it doesn't look like much one, does it?
Oh, okay, here it is. Northwest, dead end.
Scott, I'm not
West
even sure
on
that is
Rocky
road.
Beach, or northwest, 1251 go east. Is that in the same
What are y'all looking at?
It barely looks like a road at all.
Hmm?
When he zooms in,
So there's Northwest 220. This is the road in
That's the
question.
one in question. Zoom in on that pretty good. And it's there.
Something's there.
yeah, I just wonder if it's more grass than gravel.
Now that I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to decide:
So what's
is
the
it a
question?
road?
That's just the question. Is it a road?
Yes. Is it on our
It's on
inventory?
our inventory.
We don't know.
And,
2.3 miles on 1001.
have to.
It shows 2.3. No, just seeing from a. There you go. Go back to the closest. Northwest, 1001.
We'll have to put the bulldog on it when he gets back from vacation.
Now there's more than. About 7. That's higher, isn't it?
Mhm.
I have to look at the map on the position road, so more than 2 gas, 2.3. Maybe it says go north.
But if the road number didn't change, even though it takes a jog, it's still part of that road. But I don't know.
We don't show it on this map. That doesn't. It could be different now, but as far as that map goes, it's not ours. Well, yeah, right? Like I said, we'll have to, when Dennis gets back, unless you need to answer faster.
That's Ted. That's probably Ted Holter.
It's Denver, it's Marksville.
It ring all morning.
Yeah, went fly.
Oh, I'm on northeast. No wonder.
Hey, Ted.
Northwest 1001. Northeast 100 road. 100 road is otherwise it's an option like this. 1001. There we go. That's all I need. What did that do? Seven. That's all I needed. Well, the goose is all kinds of roads. So I don't look at that.
Well, I'm glad. All right, I'm glad to check. Thank you. But there is a gate. He goes, number one, that's not Davis. He goes, it's not mine, but I do take care of the roads up here. I'm not saying it is or isn't a road. There's people throw gates up from time to time, and
So at the end of it, there's a gate, you can't go right.
you can't go north either. There's a double gate there, and you can't go right because there's a gate there. But that was to keep people from going back to the hunting, which they're private hunting lodges.
Right.
Now, whether
It's maybe a private road or a drive back.
I think that it's probably not a road because if you use the 2.3 miles from Division North, of course there's a double gate on it now, but it looks like it goes north past where the double gates are.
It's easy to say, it was abandoned if there's a gate on the end of it, not letting anybody back here.
Nobody's been up it not for how long.
It's hard to use the abandoned road argument.
So I mean that.
There may be something on it in my office. I just don't know off the top of my head.
So you might let Kelly look that up and see what she's found. I mean, I've done everything I can. I guess I can call what's his name, Smith,
Steven.
the senior, right?
Yes, Steven and Chris. Steven's the
Chris.
dad, Chris is the son.
Yeah, the son. And they, I mean, they know
All of
everything.
the roads, yeah.
They know. So I can probably get Steve a call and find out at least the history.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a drawer down. I can look and see if we have any mention of those roads, but I just don't know off the top of
I mean,
my
I don't
head.
think it's not an issue, but it was just for some clarification.
For you or for somebody else?
Yes. Both.
Oh, I
I
understand.
mean, I need clarification now if somebody asks me. Because I mean, we see these road things from time to time that whether they should or shouldn't be closed, or whether they are or are not closed, or I don't know. That's not me, but I just. Very good. That's all.
Thank you. I'll let you know if I find anything in my office. I'll look when I go down.
Well, and Ted did report back. He did say there was a gate. Now, the gate's open right now, but there is a gate.
Right.
So, and he would be the one taking care of that road
If it was a road.
if it was a road,
Got it.
or if he was supposed to. But that gets into a whole other thing because that is Honey Creek, but that's taken care of by White Oak, but he's the one that does that for them south of the river.
And he's on the Davis Township Board. Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's no confusion there whatsoever.
None.
Who's on first?
There's none.
The last thing I have for you guys is that board appointment to the library. She would be in your district if you want to call Patty and see if she will accept it. I've got a letter for you guys to sign. If you don't have to do it, I mean, it'd be best if
Patty
you do it
Jump?
right now,
Yeah.
and so we can get that done.
Yep.
I also have a letter already typed up. So let's
Just
hope,
happened to have
let's hope she says yes.
I talked to Debbie Jones from the library yesterday. She didn't see any reason why she wouldn't.
I thought Patty was already on.
She is. She just
She
has to
just
be
got
reappointed.
renewed.
Oh,
Her
Good
term
point.
expired in June,
okay.
so.
She hasn't been on it. That's fine.
Patty? This is Mark Larson, the Northside Commissioner. I was calling to find out, we knew you were on the library board and wanted to see if you wanted to do another 4 years. Great, great. Well, then we will go ahead and sign the paperwork and get you back on it. All righty? That's all right. All righty. Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, she does.
Perfect.
Can I entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion, we put Patty Dump on the library board.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to put Patty Duck on the library board. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Those minutes are gonna be windy next Tuesday.
You may have to take a breath. Anybody passing out?
Did you find out how much that, Amber, was it?
Glad you reminded me.
Let
I
me know
will,
so I can get you a check.
yeah.
She's gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That's all I have today.
And you're gone on
Seems
Tuesday.
like enough, right? Yeah, I have Jim gone Tuesday, the two of you. And then Jim leaving early Thursday.
I don't know.
Kelly, August the 13th, I think I told you I won't be here. I don't know if that's even a, actually. Is that-
I wrote it down on my calendar. You
Yep, it's a
mentioned
Thursday.
Okay, yep.
I got you.
I spelled that wrong.
Checking your calendar
I
again.
got all kinds of crap. I'm trying to think of a change.
You know, Jim, when you're scheduling appointments, you just say not a Tuesday or a Thursday and we're good.
Hey, it's not me to schedule. On these, I'm told you when I have to do it. That's my problem.
Bone told.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Did I put my computer away too
They
soon?
say you'll be
You got
here
something
when
you wanna
we
bring up?
get you and that's it.
Okay.
Well,
Actually,
See, I got an
nope,
appointment, but I got to make it too. So
no,
that's the
I'm
only
good.
reason I went ahead and put things up.
And I got election judge training this afternoon, so I got plenty of work.
I think they
In that
changed
case, I'll
one.
make a motion to adjourn.
Cause
I'll second that. I was getting ready to. I just didn't know about Jim, so
It's supposed to be, they're gonna do echo cardiogram.
I think I'll throw out all in favor.